authority to curb, quote, inappropriate or imprudently risky compensation. U.S. regulators are moving towards imposing limits on speculation in oil and other commodities. On Tuesday, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission said it would release a report next month blaming the rise on oil prices on financial speculators. That would reverse the CFTC's stance under the Bush administration, which rejected financial speculation as a cause and instead linked a record-setting price hike to support and demand. CFCT Commissioner Bart Chilton now says that position relied on, quote, deeply flawed data. In California, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has sparked a new row with Democratic legislators after adding hundreds of millions of dollars in last-minute spending cuts to a budget bill shortly before signing it into law. The $449 million in new cuts target programs Schwarzenegger had agreed to keep following weeks of negotiations with Democrats on closing California's estimated $26 billion budget gap. The programs provide services for children, the poor, and abused women. The new cuts come on top of the initial budget plan that reduces welfare payments, slashes education funding, and will likely strip tens of thousands of seniors and children of access to health care. Schwarzenegger says he added the new cuts to overcome a shortfall created by the rejection of generating revenue through drilling off Santa Barbara and swapping local gas taxes. But Democrats say they plan to challenge the cuts' legality. Here in New York, demonstrators gathered at ABC News Manhattan headquarters Tuesday to present a petition against the exclusion of a single-payer option from coverage on health care reform. Earlier this month, ABC News disinvited President Obama's former physician, Dr. David Scheiner, from a televised forum. Scheiner had planned to question Obama about his rejection of single-payer. The petition was organized by the group Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting. Fair Communications Director Isabel McDonald said the exclusion of single-payer extends across the major corporate networks.
59% of Americans and 59% of physicians support a Medicare for All type program or single payer. ABC has not had a single advocate of that system on air this year. So we're delivering a petition to both ABC and we're also sending a message to the other TV networks demanding that they cover single-payer health care and stop silencing single-payer advocates.
The petition's 11,000 signatories include filmmaker Michael Moore, former MSNBC host Phil Donahue, Dr. Quentin Young, and actors Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon. In Kansas, the suspect in the killing of abortion doctor George Tiller has pleaded not guilty on all charges. Dr. Tiller was murdered on May 31st during Sunday services at his Wichita church. The suspect, Scott Roeder, is set to go on trial in September. On Tuesday, 2 eyewitnesses appeared at Roeder's pretrial hearing and identified him as the killer. In Tennessee, an internal inquiry says the Tennessee Valley Authority failed for more than 2 decades to heed warnings that could have prevented a massive coal ash spill last December. The TVA Inspector General also says the authority's lawyers then quashed a $3 million study into the spill's cause in order to limit its legal liability. The Kingston fossil plant spill released more than 1 billion gallons of toxic coal ash, burying homes and roads. It's believed to be the largest coal ash disaster in U.S. history. In North Carolina, 7 people have been charged with plotting to support militant Islamist groups overseas. The Justice Department says there's no indication the suspects planned on carrying out attacks in the United States. The men are accused of backing jihadist groups in Israel, Jordan, Kosovo, and Pakistan. And at least 15 Haitian migrants have drowned after their boat capsized and sank off the Turks and Caicos Islands. At least 65 people remain missing. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report.